Hello, everybody. We're back again for another episode of the Imperfect Life podcast. Had some technical difficulties today, trying to figure that out, but it's been a good learning lesson. We are able to figure out a way around our Roadcaster Duo not really working. So we're gonna test it out and see how it works, and hopefully it everything works out and sounds good. I am with Yerzhan today. How would you say your last name? How would you say your name?
Yeah, dude, thanks for having me. My original name is Yerzhan, but it's quite tricky to pronounce for, especially for Americans.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go by John Bay. It's just the Bay is like basically my last name is Toilet Bay. I just got off Toy and left Bay.
Okay.
And since Yerzhan close to John, I'm like, all right, I gotta make my new name here in the United States. When I came here, I go by John Bay. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. All right.
that's pretty
Well,
much.
you and I met at an event at Pace Morby's house.
Yep,
Um,
exactly.
it was a event where we called agents, did some agent outreach to see if we could maybe pick up some houses with some creative finance and some of the situations that maybe their sellers were in. It was a good time. We it worked out really well, and we've kept in touch since then. Spent some time together while you were in town, and now you live here. You were living in Florida, right?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah, bro. It was, a year ago, I guess, and that will be challenge. No one left behind challenge. I mean, it's such an honor to be around those kind of people that like the same. I would say close, like as Pace says, close to each other, vibration. Like you're hanging around those people that is doing deals and stuff. But it was a good experience for me, and yeah, we met uh, at NLB Challenge at Pace's house, and like, wow, it was such an amazing experience for me. Literally, I just boosted, up after that event. It was like a week, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and yeah, it's yeah, it was a good challenge for me.
And what were you doing prior to going to the No One Left Behind challenge? Well,
Well,
actually, I guess start out. How long have you been in America?
I mean, yeah, it's been a while. It's been 7 years, but back if I'll touch my background a little bit. So I was born in Kazakhstan. It's a former USSR country. Um, I was born in 1989. So I was born in Kazakhstan. We used to live in southeast part of Kazakhstan, close to China. Then we moved to northwest part of Kazakhstan, a city called Aktobe, where we were close to Russia. So in I grew up there, graduated for two universities. I got two bachelor's degrees. Then I entered to aviation classes and got my education in aviation. Became an air traffic controller because it's well paid salary, well paid profession. Used to work as an air traffic controller for a while, 7 to 8 years. Uh, got my first daughter was born during that time, and because of my personal circumstances, I had to move to United States. Um, Left all my gainings, all the stuffs that I earned, gave it to my mom as a present. So and left the U.S. with nothing, which is literally one bag,
Wow.
and my wife, one bag, one kid, and I would say no English, because it's like life has turned 180 degrees completely. Um, and we came to U.S., landed right in New York City 7 years ago, and uh, yeah, it was a journey. Like I've been living here for 7 years, and first came to U.S., New York City. My second daughter was born. We gave a name after Alicia Keys, a singer, American singer here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she was born in New York, and so and yeah, I used to work because we when we came it was 2019 and COVID hit. COVID hit. It was like went crazy. We didn't know what was gonna happen. I mean, everything is shuts down and like no job, nothing because we're new here in the United States. No work permit, nothing. Literally, like came with I guess $5,000 in our pocket, and like it was enough for a couple of months. Then we had to survive
Yeah,
somehow.
especially in New York.
New York is great. I mean, it's democratic. It's open for immigrants, but still, you gotta do something. So, and yeah, I was working like literally everywhere until it shuts. I mean, the city, the state, they shut everything down. I'm like, what the frick? What I'm gonna do? Then they shut everything except delivery.
Okay.
So I became delivery guy. I bought a bike for $10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, started to deliver stuffs and collect some money, about 2-3 grand. Bought my first car, Lexus IS 250. Then started to deliver on my car, and you know, times goes by, and my wife, she's like, "No, we got to do something. We got to move down to Florida." So, and we, yeah, decided to move down to Florida. You
And
know,
what was your motivation to move down to Florida? Why did she want to move down to Florida? Just because of the how expensive it was, or what did she want to? What made her want to go to Florida as opposed to staying in New York?
yeah, the one of the reasons is it was expensive, and the second main one is because the state of New York was required for shots for
Oh,
COVID shots, and my wife, she's like, no, I don't want all my kids, get vaccinated, and because they're small, like small, and
yeah,
why should I, like, Then she's like, since Florida was open, they didn't care about vaccination and stuff, and she's like, let's move to Florida.
okay,
Then we moved down to Florida, and I guess it was a good choice because our third daughter was born there,
yeah,
and we gave name Sophie, and she was born there. She's like as like as shine as like Florida sun. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like sunshine, we call her. So
yeah.
sweetie. So and she was born there, and we got beautiful 3 kids and my beautiful wife, and yeah, I started to doing my business over there, appliance and HVAC repair. It's
Okay.
pretty good. Had my team like 5 or 6 technicians. I was leading the company, and
Was that your own company or was
yeah,
that
that
the
was
company you're
the
working for?
that was my own company. I
Okay.
create Yeah, I opened the LLC and started to do like entrepreneurship stuff. You
And how
know,
did you know how to repair appliances? Where'd you learn to do that?
everything is YouTube University.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
like
nice.
I mean, I I mean, I was working as air traffic control in Kazakhstan. Came to US like with no skills at all.
Yeah.
Like, and there was only one resource where I'll get whatever I want to do, and that was YouTube University. That's how I learned how to fix appliances and stuff, HVAC, and it's a big units. Then yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna do it myself. I'll need to build a company and team that's gonna I'll buy back my time and will be able to focus on different stuffs like real estate.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I had like 6 technicians. The income is coming in. It was like a payroll and stuff, which just sucks, but you pay them. I mean, you gotta pay them to motivate, to stay with you, and like somehow like compensate if they do extra job, upsell stuff, and that's how I learned how to do sales, how to do marketing, because I didn't have any like business background whatsoever, because I was like relying on a government as like an air traffic control. It's like federal job
Okay.
back in Kazakhstan, and here it's federal job, and you basically work for the government, and they take care of you. Whereas here it's like different world. That I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna become an entrepreneur and like start my new journey as a businessman. So that's how I bought back my time and was like trying to focus on real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how basically I start my yeah kind of.
So what so once you got your time back, you were able to buy back some of your time. What how did you get into real estate? What did you see that like led you to want to get into real estate, and where'd you start?
Yeah, very good question. Since I bought back my time, I got my team that is like doing everything. I was like, all right, let's I guess for me real estate was like an agent stuff. Like I would go and like list properties and
Okay. So you
I
became
gotta
a real estate agent?
yeah, I gotta have
Okay.
like a license and stuff because
Yeah.
I started to search, like make my own research, and I came across the agent thing. So and I got my license, and I was like, I joined one brokership. I mean, the I went under the broker because you can't do yours by yourself. You'll need to under the broker for a while, for 3 years or
Okay.
something. Then you can get your own broker license.
Okay.
But they got me under their wings. But it was like, all right, so you will pay like monthly fees that because you are under our brokerage, and the rest you gotta do it by yourself. There wasn't any like trainings and stuff, and I'm like, all right, so I'm paying you guys every month $50 or so to be just under your brokership
Yeah.
and
They weren't
under your
doing anything
broker.
to
And
help. They weren't
they
making nothing
like,
for
I
you.
was like, what the frick? I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah.
You gotta. I didn't know how to market. I didn't know how to get the lead gen and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, all right, I guess it's not for me. And but people are making deals. They're closing deals. They're making good fat checks.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I didn't get it. Like how to list, how to fill the contracts and
And
stuff.
nobody there wasn't.
No,
Nobody was there was helpful
no,
or really trying to do anything for you.
no. Like they were just like, it's up to you, bro. You'll bring you'll let's say you have like a deal kind of deal. We'll help you with like get on the contract as like a listing property, but the rest, I mean, how to get that deal, potential deal.
They weren't giving you any
No,
guidance.
no. I was like, all right. Then I'm like, I signed for UPW, Unleash Power Within by Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins,
Okay.
and I'm like, something special was this event. I was like, I gotta be there. It was online, and I paid a little bit, like I don't know, $5 or $10 because it was online. And during that event, the guy named Pace Morby popped up on a studio. He was giving a speech.
Okay.
I was like listening to his. He gave a speech for about 20-25 minutes.
What did he? You remember what he talked about? Was it about real estate, or was he just? Was
He
it
gave like a couple of stories that stuck with me.
okay?
He brought us like a shoe, put a shoe on a table, and he was talking about the person who he helped, and it was kind of like he gave a couple of stories, and I was like, wow, something is different with this guy. I was like, he was like viral. He was like addictive. I would I would want to listen to the guy just nonstop.
Okay.
For 20 minutes, I recorded and
Yeah.
just re-watched it again and again. And something was like special. I didn't know what was it. I just knew that he was a real estate guy. I
Yeah.
didn't know what is like investment is, what is like subject to creative financing.
Mm-hmm.
No idea at all. I was just the personality of that person. Just like it was addictive.
Yeah.
There was something special with this guy. Yeah, that's how I mean, I came across Pace and started to dig deeper and made a research and stuff. Found his Instagram, started to follow him, and just like sucked in like 100%, totally like just everything as like algorithm works in
Mm-hmm.
Instagram and Facebook, and YouTube, it's just his face just popping up, popping up, popping up, which is like shout out to his marketing team. It's just amazing how they work, and
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, something was like, because I came from USSR countries, like something was like something is off, something is like not true, like this is a scam or something, like
Right.
is he's a scammer or like he wants to sell something and like get something off of me and like not deliver.
Right.
And I'm like, something is off. Um, then I signed for sub two. I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot.
I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna see
Yeah,
what happens.
yeah, let's give it a shot. And I didn't pay whole like amount, 9,400 or ish something. I didn't pay that amount. I was like, since it's creative group, let's make a deal. I called support and they let me in with $800 down payment.
Okay.
So that's how I popped up in creative group called Sub Two.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was insane.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
So, and I know you ended up going to Montana.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did that come about?
Yeah. So I'm
How long have you been in Sub 2 now officially?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years
Okay.
so far. I joined Sub 2, was struggling a little bit. Like, all right, so I couldn't do agent stuff. I'm not an agent, but who I am. I mean, I'm in Sub 2, but what is investing? For me, it's foreign stuff. Like invest. For me, investor is like the word is of investor is like, wow, it's a wealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was like, what is investing? Joined Sub 2 and like, uh, as you know, there are a bunch of shiny objects like DTA, DTS, like direct to agent, direct to seller, buying businesses, uh, just like a lot, wholesaling,
you
like
know,
Gator,
short-term rentals,
TC,
midterm rentals,
yeah,
co-living.
it's just
Gator,
insane.
TC. There's
Yeah,
so much.
I was like, I'm lost, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like I couldn't do one thing, listing stuff like as an agent, but it's got like abundance of information.
I always reference it like trying to take a drink from a fire hose. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, so I'm kind of lost. I was like, going to daily dials every day, asking questions and stuff. But I was asking questions, but not knowing what kind of questions was it. Like, I mean, I was asking questions like, all right, so was it like right question or no? But I was asking questions. I don't remember what kind of questions, but
you were asking questions just to be asking questions and
yeah,
try to
just
learn
like,
something, but you
yeah,
don't even know if you're asking the right
yeah,
questions.
just to be a little bit loud, like
Right.
then everybody would just go there and just keep silence. I was asking questions, but not knowing like if it's a good question or not. But anyways, I was just asking, and one guy named Jerome Campbell popped up in that Zoom call. He was like, we finished the Zoom call. It's 4 hour Zoom call, like
Yeah.
4 hours every day, 5 days a week. Um, if you guys don't know newbies, you gotta go there, and uh, you want to be there because something is gonna happen. So, and I was there, I guess, 1 week, and the guy named Campbell, um, he reached out right after that Zoom call. He called me because of my name and my number right on the bottom of the Zoom.
Yeah.
He called me and like, bro, I see you're so active, you're so proactive, I would say, and I like you. I've been in Sub 2 since it's open, since it's launched. I've got good amount of experience. I can teach you and show you how to do wholesaling. I'm like, bro, I'll do whatever you say.
Yeah.
Just I got my time. You got your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing to offer but my time. Let's squat up. He's like, yeah, let's do, bro. That's the purpose of my call.
That's great, man.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna show you. You'll be. I see the fire in your eyes. Like
Yeah.
he said, I see you're just pumped up. You're pumped, guys. You something is unique with you, because he says I've been here for a while and like never seen such a guy like you. Like, you know what I mean? you're just asking questions, and like I see that you have desire. I'm like, oh yeah, let's give it a shot. Then I started to door knock. I was door knocking like crazy. I would pull info like from
Was that
counties.
something that he kind of taught you and directed you to do?
Yeah, he just like, because he was a marketing in Florida. I was in Florida, Tampa, Florida. It was like there is a thing called county. You go to county website and you pull all the foreclosure stuff lists and you go and door knock.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's effective? Because everybody they do like a virtual thing, like they're cold calling them, but since it's foreclosure, people are like in an ostrich syndrome. They don't want to accept reality. They don't pick up the phone. Whereas if you go there and door knock, you'll be right in front of them.
Right.
You just need to gain that skill. Don't be afraid of talking to people and building rapport and stuff, trying to help them, be genuine. I was like, all right, so I had like kind of like objections, like, all right, I'm sounding a little bit weird. Not that like everybody, like local Americans, are they gonna accept me? Like, am I gonna be like a scammer for them? Stuff like, I was just talking to against myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I was like talking over to me, like, bro, you're not worthy. Like you're not like sounding like everybody. Like then he said, bro, something. What is unique with you? Because you've got your own accent. You've got your own uniqueness. That's how they will remember you.
Yeah.
That's how you win over other people that they are local.
That's how you
they
stand
they
out.
sound similar. You sound a little bit different. That's how they will remember you. I
Yeah.
was like, all right, bro, that's a good trick. That's a
Yeah.
good tip and trick. I'm gonna use it for my advantages, right? So I started to like, I didn't hesitate. I would just like jump in, like go there and like door knock, like like speak with them, like didn't care about how I sound, didn't care about how am I like correct or not. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like super active and go there. I would just door knock, and if they open the door, I was like, hey, do you have a minute? Like, hey, came across your property here, and it might be a mistake, but I came across your property. So do you know that it's being foreclosed by the bank? They're like, yes, I know. I don't care. I don't need this. I mean, I've been slammed the door multiple times, but most of the time they would be open for conversation.
Okay.
Then I'm like, all right, so I can help you because I'm a foreclosure guy. I'm not from the bank, but I'm here to basically help you to basically postpone the sale, at least postpone the sale and find out the solution for you. What kind of options you have? I see that you have multiple options, like 5 to 6 options to save your house. If not, then we can buy your house. We can get you paid. Why lose the property for no reason? Of course, I didn't have that kind of like conversation with them at the beginning,
Right.
but my goal was like to came across the homeowner and just jump on call. I would just press the speaker and let Jerome close the deal over the phone.
Yeah.
Fast forward 3 weeks in, we closed first deal, my first ever deal. We made
Nice.
40 grand, $40,000.
40,000.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was like, what just happened? I'm like, paradigm shifted.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, Jerome, what just happened? He's like, you closed your first deal as I promised. You're the freaking gang. You're the freaking man. He said. I'm like, bro, I don't need money. He's like, no, bro, you deserve because you work hard. I'm like, I don't need. I can pay you 40 grand. It's just the knowledge I gained from your how you helped, how you navigated me, like from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, bro, you'll get it. How we closed the deal. It was a police officer.
You were just happy that you
Yeah.
that you got the knowledge.
Yeah,
that
it
ended
was
up being
like
successful. You didn't even care about the money at that point. It was the knowledge that you were
yeah.
happy with.
I was like, it was mind blown. I was like, bro, nobody wanted to help me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Total opposite of your experience when you were trying to be a real estate agent.
Yeah, everybody says. I mean, in brokerage, they were like, "You join our brokerage, you will close deals left and right and stuff." I'm like, nobody wanted to like give a hand over there.
Yeah.
I joined sub two, and this guy just 1 week in, he just like, bro, I'll help you. I was like, something is special with this community.
Yeah.
Sub two is like has changed my life, and yeah, we closed the deal. It was gangster deal, bro. I was like, I'm a newbie. I didn't know like what is how to close, how to pitch, how to overcome objections and stuff. And Jerome, we closed it, and it was like not regular wholesaling stuff. It was like gangster deal.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Super creative.
super, like not super, but it was a police officer. He was behind the payments. His house was about to be foreclosed, and we were able to postpone the auction sale by just presenting PSA and proof of funds.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know how to fit, like what is PSA is.
Right.
He's like, just prep the purchase and sale agreement. He pulled the proof of funds and everything. We called the bank. So me, Jerome, and Jason, the police officer, plus bank, four people on the one line.
Yeah.
So I mute myself and listen how Jerome closes. Jerome called bank, get permission from Jason to talk to the bank. Jason gives permission over the phone, and Jerome is like, "All right, so we want to buy this property. When we have PSA in place and a proof of funds, where should we send?" They're like, "All right, this email, this email. You will send it over, and we will review it." He just did it. I listened. Next day we call, and they're like, "We postponed the sale."
Nice.
That's how we were able to postpone the
Yeah.
auction sale. And we got on the contract, and he's like, "All right, here's the thing, we got to wholesale it." We got on the contract for I guess 245 or something, and he's like, "We got to wholesale." I'm like, "All right, so what we got to do? What's the next step?" He's like, "Since there's a good amount of equity, let's wholesale to hedge fund." I'm like, "What is hedge fund? What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? I thought there's like a fix and flipper or something, like the guy wants to like buy the property more. Let's say for we got under contract for 245. We might wholesale for 265 and get that difference.
Yeah.
She's like, "No, we're gonna wholesale to hedge fund." All right. Well, what I gotta do? He's like, "All right, there's a thing called memorandum. Since you have an equitable interest in a contract, we will file memorandum and connect those two people, like hedge fund operation and seller." I'm like, "All right, what I gotta do?" He's like, "Go to county and record that memo." I'm like, "All right." So I printed out the paperwork. We just filled it out, everything. Went to county, put memo in place, and record the memorandum in place. And I called hedge fund, connected hedge fund with the seller. They had second PSA between them.
Yeah.
We step away. We're no longer in a game, but we're just sitting there waiting for a silent money.
Because you guys have it in escrow and it's under contract.
Yeah, we didn't open
you guys
escrow.
Are selling it. You didn't?
No, we didn't open escrow. We just filed memorandum. That's it.
So how do you guys get paid off that when the hedge fund decides to buy it?
Off of memorandum, because what happened is they had the second contract, and when they pulled title search, our memo popped up.
So you get your
Yes.
your percentage off of
Yeah,
that.
and they called us and like, "How much you want?" Or like 40 grand. They're like, "Okay." And
Nice.
the numbers work for them and for us and for the seller.
Right.
The seller's wife was pissed off a little bit. She's like, "All right, you guys are getting 40 grand. We're getting less than that. What are you talking about?" Like, you know what I mean? Those kind of like things popped up, but the Jerome made it work.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And
at least you're getting out of it without a foreclosure on your record.
Yes,
you're
that's the
able
win-win
to move
for
on.
everybody.
You know what I mean? Like you'll be able to move on. You don't have a foreclosure you have to deal with. That allows you some freedom and some flexibility when you go to your next house.
Yeah.
And you guys are the ones who got in the bad position to begin with. And I'm helping you out of this bad position. You saving you 7 or 8 or 10 years of like, bad credit and trying to get through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's creative financing. It is like not, I would say it's a creative deal, but it's like win-win situation for everybody.
Yeah.
For seller, as you said, they're not, behind the payments. They're not. Everything is up and current.
Mm-hmm.
And we say from foreclosure, found a hedge fund, got paid off of memo. It's just like, and one deal was like masterclass for me.
Yeah.
I didn't care about money, to be honest. I was so pumped, so excited about the process.
Right.
I would go to county. I don't know what his county is.
Yeah.
You don't ask me the memo. I don't know the memo. What is county? What is county? He's like, it's county. Every city has county.
It's inside of a county.
Yeah, inside of the county, it's got
records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
all
stuff
right.
you didn't even know at all, and you're able to learn. Yeah.
Zero, zilch. I'm like newbie. Like,
somebody helped you and walked you through it and picked you up just because you were showing the interest in the zones.
And it's just because of sub two community. It's all about helping each other, and thank you so much for, Pace, and I can't thank enough.
Yeah,
it's just what he has built is just insane. Yeah, after this deal, everything is just went up and up. Like,
so have you've been pretty much in wholesaling for the last couple of years then?
Yeah,
straight
only wholesale acquisition.
Okay,
acquisition, and yeah.
And how's that working out for you?
Good. It's I would say everybody.
How's it gone since then? How has it grown or worked out or run since that first one?
The first, yes, we closed the deal, and there's a thing called NOLB popped up.
Okay.
And I was like, it was what, like in a couple of days it's supposed to start.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta be there. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I'm like, all right. So I emailed support, didn't get any response, and I'm like, Pace had a Zoom call, and somehow his number popped up on the Zoom. I just made a screenshot and save his phone number and texted directly. I'm like, nice. Pace, my name is such and such, and I live in Tampa, Florida. I really wanna be in this NLB challenge, in the second challenge. Please let me in. He's like, after 30 minutes or so, he's like, you are in.
Nice.
Just let my team, let them know that your first and last name, you're in.
That's great, man.
Just go ahead and buy a ticket.
I kind of did the same thing. I went, I'm blessed that I'm in the same city he is, so I had some opportunities to go to some events he was doing. He was doing a series about
homeless people,
about raising capital,
raising
private capital, and they were at the office, and so I went to a couple of those at the office, and I met him and talked to him, and I was like, hey, I really want to be in the No One Left Behind challenge. I really want to come to your house. I'll be there every day. I'm from here. I'll be on the phones. I'm there every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there was another event he was at, and I said the same thing again. And then from that event, there was another event. It was all happened to be in like the same 2-week period.
Yeah.
Where I saw him like 4 times and just kept saying, I want to be in. I want to be in. Finally, he was like, go talk to Kelly. She'll get you in. And so I talked to Kelly, and then I was emailing Saravi, and they told me I was in, man. It was awesome. It was so awesome to be at Pace's house for a week, man.
Yeah.
To see how he works and to see how much he gives of himself to people. You know what I mean? We're at his house.
Yeah.
The guy's a multimillionaire, and he allows people in his community to come to his house.
And I'm kind of weirdo, right? He doesn't know me.
Yeah.
I'm like, he just knows that I'm in sub 2. Since I'm in sub 2, you like kind of vetted people, like like filter people, right?
Right.
Like you can't have somebody in your house who's not vetted.
Yeah.
But still, we're kind of weirdo, and I was gonna cry there. I told Pace, I'm like, bro, how is it like possible? I'm here next to you, literally like 2 feet away from you, and you're letting me come from freaking Tampa, Florida, like another part of the U.S., come to your house, be next to you, and have an opportunity to learn from like you in person, and meet amazing people like you, Tabor, and Miguel, and Tanya and Ingrid, a lot of amazing people. And yeah, it was an amazing opportunity. I'm so blessed and thankful. And everything started from that UPW event.
Yeah.
And if
hearing Pace at that event.
Yeah, if I would.
Where does the trip to Montana fit in?
Yeah, the Montana was like I'm a year in.
Okay.
Sub 2. And I was chosen for. I've been chosen for the one day with Pace.
Okay.
For that thing, and since the community camp popped up first, I don't know, like was it like planned or no, but they're like, all right, you guys are in like one day with Pace, and since
you guys all got to go to community camp for your one day of Pace. That's cool, man. That's really cool.
You guys, in a one day with Pace, the Pace said that those people will be able to go to community camp.
Oh, wow.
For community camp, not everybody goes there. You gotta be like I don't know, honors club or something.
No? I don't remember exactly, but you have to be. I think it is. You have to be an owners club, and you have to be active and doing some things. Yeah.
In Montana, bro, I would never think about like even I didn't know about Montana, bro. You know what I mean? Like Kalispell, Montana.
Yeah.
It's just like wow, to get there, it's a pain like in the butt. You know, you gotta have like 2-3 planes. I was like, my wife, she's like, bro, what are you talking about? You want to go to Montana? Well, where is it? Where's that? I'm like, close to Russia. She's like, what? Anyways, I bought a ticket. I'm like, I gotta be there.
Yeah.
And it was intentional, like kind of planning, like, all right, so I'll go there. There are a bunch of people, like, I don't know, like 500 people or so, even more. And all right, so I gotta be there, and I wanna get hold of Pace because he's like attacked by a bunch of people, right? Everybody wants his attention, and like I was like kind of planning that thing. I'm like, all right, so we'll go up in mountain, Glacier Mountain, and we were there hanging around, talking to people, like networking and stuff. And I was waiting until everybody goes down the hill, from up the mountain down to the like camp or something. So, and I was able to get hold of Pace.
Yeah, I remember you telling me he was waiting up at the top with his daughter, right?
Yeah,
because you took that picture.
Yeah, I took that picture.
It's a great picture from behind of him with his daughter.
Yeah,
on his shoulders, looking at the mountains.
Yeah, that's that. I'm writing a book now, still in process. I was chasing him.
Yeah,
by myself. Like I went. He was waiting. Everybody goes down. And he was like, "All right, so I gotta go down." And I'm like, was a little bit far away from him, but I was chasing and like took a picture and video.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, Pace. He's like, all right, hey, how are you? And then like we started having a conversation, like 35 minutes conversation. I was able to tell my story, where I came from and stuff. That's how we became friends. And that's how he remembers. He's like, bro, you're so, kind of persistent.
Yeah.
Persistency and I guess that's quality that I have. And sometimes like a little bit more pushy, but I'm working on it. You know what I mean? Not trying, because like
it's the Russian in you.
Yeah. Because you don't have to, because you got to align with the, you know what I mean, like with the American lifestyle and stuff. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't over push people and stuff. But it wasn't pushing. It was like more, I would say, I wanted that have desire that I have inside of me. I wanted to be like, I don't want to be like transactional relationship with, especially with space.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a transactional relationship. I want to have like a real relationship as like a friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to make a deal with him.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't want to bring deals, even though I brought a couple of, but it's not about the transactional thing. It's all about more as like a person. I like him as a person, as like a mentor.
Right.
Yeah. And there's nothing to do with like making deals, even though he's saying, if you want to be friend with me, uh, bring a deals to me. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to think me like I'm a transactional guy. I'm not.
Right.
Because back in like my history and my background, my nation, it's not about money. It's not about, I mean, I understand US is capitalism. Kazakhstan is like, I would say, more bureaucratic communism and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we value relationships more than money.
Yeah.
That's why maybe nation is poor, because it's like mentality of like, we don't think about money. We don't have a conversation about money at the table. I didn't grow up by listening like my dad and mom talking about money.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with money, and they're like, if I speak in money, like about money, they would just say like, why are you talking money stuff, you know what I mean? It's like the difference is insane. And we I grew up by valuing like our relationships more than money. If you speak, we're hesitant talking about money.
Yeah.
We don't talk money with my friends. We don't talk money about money with my family, with my wife. I mean, we didn't, but
Yeah.
now we do.
Right.
I'm talking with my kids and explaining what is money is, how money works, what is compounding effect is, what is IRA, what is 401k, what is like freaking investment. Like you
Right.
gotta invest first in yourself, in your brain. That's the ultimate investment that nobody can take out of you.
Right.
You will invest in
100%.
yourself first, then you will. It's like a mask at the airplane. You know, when it pops up, you will first gotta put a done mask on you, then help everybody next to you. The same
Right.
situation in a money wise.
Do you think that it has something to do with like being in Kazakhstan and how they don't talk about money? Do you think it might have something to do? And I don't know. This is just a curious question, but because maybe they feel like they don't have the ability to change their circumstances, and so it's not worth talking about, or is it? And so they just focus on the relationship because that's what's tangible and important to them. Do you think that has anything to do with it, or is it just like a cultural thing in general? Period. Even with everybody in Kazakhstan, that
It's a very good
the
question. It's a
yeah.
very good question. And I would say it's on a government level. Why? Because they don't want to, it's easy to control uneducated people
Mm-hmm.
than control smart people. If
Right.
they'll put that in a system of teaching what money is, how money works,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's going to be like, all right, it's not right. They would just express their opinion. And they're saying it's free country, but there's no free speech. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you have, I mean, you have free speech, you'll be in a mess. You will say something against government, you'll be in a mess. So I'm not I don't like politician stuff. I don't like speak more about like governments and stuff, because my fellow Kazakhstani people might watch and say like, hey, he moved to US and he's talking crap about Kazakhstan. No,
Yeah.
it's not about that. But I always like to speak truth, and the truth is the government doesn't like and doesn't want to have educated people that know what how money works.
Right.
That's the, I guess, in my opinion, and I have my own opinion about that. And basically, my opinion is just it's on a government level. If they fix that, there's going to be a mess. But ultimately, I think every family they have to speak about money if they want to have money. If
Right.
money is, it depends. I mean, it's just up to you what kind of person you are. If you're evil and you have a lot of money, you'll make more evil stuff. If you're a good person, if you have money, you'll do like good stuff. You'll
Right.
have charity, you'll have like donations, you'll like educate somebody, you'll invest in yourself, in your family. That's why I'm here in Arizona, and up in because prior to coming here, I was like searching stuff where I gotta leave because I have two kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I want them to be in a in the best schools in the state of Arizona, in the city of Scottsdale.
Mm-hmm.
Scottsdale popped up as like a number one for me, for my family,
Yeah.
because I value education first.
Okay.
And my eldest daughter, she went to like 10 out of 10 graded school in Scottsdale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
And how old's your oldest daughter?
she's 12.
Okay.
Yeah, the middle one, she's 5 ish, almost 6, and the youngest, she's 3 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, 3 girls.
You're a
Yeah,
girl dad.
yeah. So, but they are, yeah, first generation Americans. That was my one of the dreams that I had, to have my kids to be first generation Americans. To be born in the number one country in the world, to give them kind of opportunity to pursue um, like educations, the best education in the world, like the universities like Harvard, Stanford, to
Hmm.
be there. Even though I know that it's not like about institutions that they will educate them. It's all about network.
Yeah.
They'll go there. They won't hang around with like poor mindset people,
Right.
kids. If those who are able to attend those kind of like number one schools in the world, like Stanford or Harvard, their family is like kind of established. It's like
Right.
good families, right? They can afford something.
A lot of times it's
Yeah,
multiple
yeah,
generations that have gone to the same
yeah,
school that come from well-off families.
exactly. And it's not about that paperwork. I mean, the paper, the diploma or certification that she will get, but it's all about network. It's the same.
People she'll meet.
Yeah, the same as like sub two. Let's say it's insane. I mean, it's a good. For me, it's just it's my family, second family, and and network is very very important inside of the family.
Right. For
So
sure.
that's why we have like Fridays all the time that we gotta go there and like network,
Yeah.
and you never know, as Paige says, you never know who holds the map to a treasure. And you
Hmm.
just one connection, you are one connection away, one phone call away, one meeting away, one conversation away from completely different life.
Yeah.
Just one connection,
Yeah.
like right now, maybe in Tabor, you and I, we have a good conversation, and just one conversation away, you might be one conversation away from different,
An
beautiful,
entirely different
beautiful,
life.
yeah, beautiful
Yeah.
life. So
That's what's great about sub two, man, is that like when I first got into Gator first, and I was in Gator about 6 months, and there's such a massive amount of knowledge in Gator about lending that like I didn't even know
yeah,
were even ways to lend or options to lend.
yeah,
And then I got in sub two, so I could get into the No One Left Behind challenge,
yeah,
and sub two is just like a whole nother beast, man. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's so much more information, and it's kind of Pace's baby. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But even in Gator, there was a lot of go giving mentality in Gator too. It was hard for me to kind of get my feet started and kind of figure out what was going on. And I hadn't been to any meetings yet. I
yeah,
hadn't been to any of the meetups. I went to Squad Up right afterwards and met Voight.
yeah,
Have you seen Voight at
yeah,
the meetings?
yeah,
I met Voight, and we came back here, and Voight. I went to a power hour with Landon.
yeah. And the more,
Landon Moore's power hour, and he had one, and then he went to Montana for the summer
yeah,
because he's got a house in Montana over
yeah,
kind of where Pace is. And so he went to Montana for the summer, and then when he came back, he didn't start up his power hour again. But
yeah,
right about the end of the summer, Voight came back, and he invited me to the Bash Bros meetup,
yeah,
and that's when everything started to open up. You know what I mean? It was
yeah,
hard because I was trying to do it on my own. I
hmm,
was trying to figure out on my own the best way to do it. I was going to Zooms and things like that, but I
yeah,
hadn't really connected with too many people besides really Voight.
yeah,
Um, and and it was tough, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah,
then once I started going to Bash Bros, it was just things start to open up. Opportunities start to
yeah,
open up. I had opportunities when I went to No One Left Behind.
yeah.
I met people at No One Left Behind. I got into a couple wholesale
Deals,
teams,
yeah, okay.
and I was making some calls, and didn't work out the way I was hoping with
Hmm,
wholesale for me specifically. But um, I was concentrating on looking at buying another house for our rentals, and kind of going down that road, and then I met some people to get into flipping mobile homes, which is kind of what I'm working on now.
Yeah.
But it's just even getting to the just even in the last probably 4 to 6 months, I've watched the pieces kind of fall into place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because you got to get in there, you got to start networking. People have to see you're serious. People have to get to know you. You have to build that relationship. You know what I mean? You're not just going to go to one meeting and everybody's going to want to throw money at you and help you and whatever. They're all going to be welcoming, of course, all the time.
Yep.
And if you go to one meeting and you don't show up again for another month, they're always welcoming when you come back and they're happy to see you. But if you're there consistently and you're consistently being a part of the community and putting out effort and talking to people and finding out how you can help people or be a part of things, everybody just wants to give you the same thing back.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
and it's such a positive feeling. It's such a positive environment. And I've been watching everything start to fall into place recently, and it's been really, really nice. And then it also helps you with your own mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you transition from, I want to do something for myself to I want to do something for me and my family to I want to do something for me and my family and my friends to eventually getting to the point where I just want to help people.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to help everybody at some point. So it molds you into being the kind of person that wants to help everybody.
Yeah. It's interesting. Just literally yesterday, the guy from Sub 2, he was like, "Bro, I'm struggling with lead gen. Would you be able to help me, show me what do you do?" I'm like, "Of course, bro. I mean, not a problem at all. I mean, you use Sub 2 and no problem at all. Let's jump on Zoom call." So we had like 30-minute Zoom call with the guy. His name is Alex, and I basically gave my blaster and like showed all my like system and stuff, like how the operation works and stuff.
Yeah.
He was like, "Bro, that's like mind blowing. I mean, thank you."
Yeah.
I'm like, "How much should I pay you?" I'm like, "No, bro, nothing. I don't need. I mean, I'm here to bring value."
Right.
He was like, "All right, no problem, bro. Thank you so much." And the very next day, the Pace had like zero down thing, where he's like, "You were there?"
No,
No,
I wasn't.
zero down business thing that he's about to open like 5,000 car washes.
Oh, the car wash. I
Yeah,
saw
his
post on
Yeah.
Instagram, but I
Yeah.
don't know too much about it. I haven't had a chance to get into it yet.
And the entry fee is 14 grand.
Okay.
14 grand. And I asked Pace, "Can we like jump in with my partner where we will split it 50-50?" He's like, "Yeah, you can." Then my partner reached out and he's like, "Bro, I'm gonna pay right now 14 grand." I'm like, you sure?" I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, why not? Because you helped me just yesterday."
Oh, this same guy that you helped is your
helped
partner
me yesterday.
in that.
It's my time to help you.
Oh man.
I'm like, "What the frick, bro? You don't have to. You don't have to. I didn't ask you any money, like nothing."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, like all good."
That's really cool, man.
I'm like, "Bro, I didn't ask anything.
Yeah.
It's just like I helped the guy, like genuinely didn't ask nothing for return, and he's like, it's my time to help you."
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
great, man.
"Wow, that's good, bro. I mean, you don't have to, but you know, if you want to, then you know, if somebody wants to help you, you don't have to like block it. You gotta welcome it, you know."
For sure.
So I'm like, cool.
I remember hearing that a long time ago. And when I was in high school, I remember hearing, and I'm paraphrasing, it's been so because I'm an old fucker now, so I can't remember what shit happened when I was young.
Yeah.
But I remember a guy was doing a talk, and he was like, because so many times people are like, "Oh, hey, here's a gift for you," and you're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have," or they're like, they want to give you something, and like, "Oh, no, I don't, it's okay, I don't need it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, but that's not the correct response. Somebody's offering you something because they want to on their own. You know what I mean? So like, he's like, if somebody offers you a gift and you're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have," maybe next time they'll be like, "Okay, I won't."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and you're also helping somebody else out if they're trying to help you. Like, if they want to reciprocate that in some way, that's their way of showing gratitude. That's their way of being grateful, and you should be open to, because so many people like us that they don't want. It's like they feel like they can't do it. They shouldn't accept the help, or they shouldn't accept anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's kind of taught to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's been interesting. Like I listen to a lot of books and a lot of podcasts and stuff, and it's interesting how the psychology that goes behind what we're taught growing up, even in school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like school doesn't teach you collaboration. School
No.
doesn't teach you like working together. School is actually teaches you to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
Don't ask for help. Don't, you can't work with somebody on a test. You can't anything. It's all about do it on your own and don't ask for help.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't accept help.
Yeah.
And in the real world, it's the opposite. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody teaches you that growing up, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's interesting why, I mean that, as I said, maybe it's just the system stuff. They don't want to like have smart people. It's like easy to control, and control, like, not stupid, but the people that they have educated.
Like, well, there's a difference between stupidity and not being educated. Those are two totally different things. You know what I mean? You can be stupid and somebody can try to teach you as much as they want to teach you, and you're just never going to get it.
You're not going to get it.
But if you're not educated, that doesn't necessarily equate to being stupid, because there's a lot of smart people out there that aren't educated, and you give them an opportunity, you give them a chance, you teach them, and they'll pick it up quick.
Yeah, exactly. But it's, I guess, the system stuff, I don't know. It's but untraditional, like educations like this, going to the courses, like getting like I didn't trust, like before. I was like, all right, it's dumb to pay somebody for the education and stuff, because it's a waste of time and money.
Right.
In fact, it's not. Like, you are basically buying back your time. Like, the person who's been doing it for a while, for 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, they are selling their courses for, like, let's say $5,000, $10,000. They are putting that time into one.
They're bottling up 30 years of knowledge.
And you are getting it. You are buying the course and applying, and basically buying back your time, and like avoiding those mistakes that person has done for a while.
Right.
So it's like, nowadays everything, like, YouTube University. YouTube is like not filtered, but you gotta be careful what you're listening for, and but
well, and you do have to like I'm not anti-courses at all, you know what I mean? And I've been super, super blessed that, like, I'm in 3 different communities. I'm in a midterm rental community, and then the Gator community with Pace, and the Sub 2 community with Pace. And I've been insanely blessed that all 3 of those communities are very much go-giver communities. Everybody in all those communities really wants to help everybody else out. But you do have to be careful. You know what I mean? It's nice to meet people and talk to people who are in a community already. And because there are courses, quote unquote courses, you know what I mean? That's why Pace doesn't like calling his thing a course, because it's a community, and I like that. That's why I always call it a community. But like, there are courses where somebody charges you $25,000 for like a DVD set. You know what I mean?
For 1
and
year.
Then, and then if you watch that DVD set for just $100,000, I'll give you like this extra DVD set with more DVDs in it. You know what I mean? But there's no follow up. There's it's not somebody you can call. There's not somebody you can talk to. There's no support at all. You know what I mean? There's no events that bring all the people in the community together to meet each other and learn from each other and grow. Like, none of that happens, which is so like, it's so mind-blowingly insane, the opportunities that are inside of Sub 2 for the amount of money that he charges for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's events that you like, Squad Up. You got to pay a little bit of money to go to Squad Up. You got to pay money to get there. You know what I mean?
Owners Club.
Yeah, Owners Club. You know what I mean? There's other things inside Sub 2 that cost money, but
it's worth it.
But the amount
worth it.
The amount of things that you get back for the amount of money that you put in,
the return is
exponential, right? The return's insane.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do any of those other things either. You don't have to go to Squad Up.
No.
Squad Up is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the people you meet.
Family reunion.
It is. It's a giant family reunion, and it's just an amazing experience. I've been blessed that I was able to go to both the first two.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to go squat up.
Yeah.
You don't have to get an owners club.
Yep.
You don't have to go to a day with pace. You don't have to do any of those things, and you're still
you've
gonna
got,
have people that are there to help you and
Yeah.
help bring you up, and you're still gonna learn, and you're still gonna be able to grow
yeah,
if you don't do any of those extra things. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Those extra things, just I think
bonus.
it's a bonus, and I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
it's like gasoline on the
Acceleration.
fire. It's an
Yeah,
acceleration
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
But it's
we're
not like
blessed.
you get in and you get nothing out of it unless you
No.
pay more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get in, you could spend not another dime, and you could learn the amount of knowledge you get would change your life exponentially.
That's why I say, like, hey, if you join up to, there's no excuses you can't do and close deals.
Right.
3 weeks in, 40 grand. Oh, wow. You know what I mean? 40 grand. Like, I've never earned such money. Like 40 grand in 3 weeks. Check. Like, wow. I was scared a little bit. 20 grand. What I'm going to do? Yeah. The first thing, I guess, I think I bought bread. It's like kind of superstition thing in Kazakhstan. Like, if you like get your first salary, you gotta go and buy bread.
Yeah.
You know, bread and butter.
Really?
Kind of
cool.
superstition thing.
Yeah,
like,
for
all right,
sure.
so
That's cool.
yeah, because you want to be.
Do you go buy like some special bread at like a nice specialty shop, or just a grocery store? You got to buy some bread.
Yeah, any bread. I mean, yeah, just bread. So
that's cool.
Because it's the number one thing that everybody needs:
right.
bread and water.
Well, because you were telling me too that you got the history of your country a little bit back when you guys were part of the USSR. We were talking about that today. That they tried to kind of eliminate you guys through famine.
Yeah, that's like a sad story, but yeah, we were be able to survive it. The hunger period, 1930, I guess. It was tough times.
So that idea of bread, when you get a little bit of money, you got to go get bread and water. That probably goes back to that time.
It's interesting. I work with a lot of people, right? As like my the Blind and Track Repair company, and I meet a bunch of people, like a lot of people that is interesting, and they have their own opinion about the like U.S. government.
Yeah.
And they would just sit there and complain whole day by saying Trump is crappy, Biden is crappy, this crappy, that crappy, former president Clinton this crappy. Like, bro, what are you talking about? You are so freaking blessed person. You live in number one country in the world. You have no hunger. You have no war. Nothing's flying over your head. No rockets flying over your head. So you're sitting here and telling me who is crap, who is not. Let's do this. I'll buy a ticket right now for you, for your hotel, for your flight ticket, and 2 weeks like expenses that go to like any former USSR countries.
Yeah.
You'll go there and basically you will tell me that you will stay there for 1 month. You won't. He's like, I will. I'm like, no, you won't. Because you got used to the comfort here in the US.
Right.
You are, at the end of the day, you have clean water and you have bread. You have like abundance of groceries that you can go and pick and eat like whenever you want. Take a look at those countries. Take a look at the Syria. You know what I mean? Like those like third world countries.
Right.
Bro, no excuses. You don't have to sit and cry. Don't think. Shut off the TV and just go and sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
And you will have you will see how your life has changed.
Yeah.
So he's like, bro, I needed this. I needed this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, because I've seen the to like another part of the world. I came from there. I don't want to go there back. Right. I don't want to go there because why? That's why I'm here. Like my kids, they were born here. They're first generation Americans. I'm so blessed. Every day I'm telling them, be blessed, be thankful. Wake up in the morning, say thank you God for this opportunity. I've got 24 freaking hours to change my life. 24 hours every day. You sleep 8 hours. Like okay, let's say like you have 16 hours of changing your life. Like that's the time that you're awake. Right. 8 hours you sleep, 16 hours you're awake. You have 16 hours to change your freaking life.
Yeah.
What are you complaining about? Don't watch that freaking news and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I needed that conversation. You just like, it changed my perspective and stuff, my point of view. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, you won't be able to stay there for 1 month.
Yeah.
You won't be. You won't be. You wanna be back like the next day.
Yeah.
Next day you're like, John, like buy the return ticket right now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, be blessed. You have everything. You're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. No excuses. You can do anything. You sweat a little bit, and you can do you earn money and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting because like we forget about that as Americans, man, and we're like, our life is so hard. This sucks. Like,
Not everybody.
yeah,
Some people they just got it for granted, and like
yeah.
they don't appreciate what they have. But not
Well, then you
everybody.
even look at like we have the richest poor people on the planet.
Yeah,
Like people who are poor, 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 and they have a place to live. They have a car. They have a TV in their house. They've probably got a video game system that they play. You know what I mean? And they're living off welfare.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And they're considered the poor of the poor population of the country. And they're all fat because they have so much food. You know what I mean?
spoiled.
Running water. Yeah. Yeah. And it's tough to remember, man. It's tough to remember like what people have to go through in some of the other parts of the world,
Yeah,
It's definitely good to be reminded.
yeah. It's good to be reminded.
Yeah.
100%. And yeah, it's if you're born in US, if you're an American, it's God-given gift. That's first you won lottery when you were born. You were born here. You won a lottery by default.
Yeah.
I just won a lottery green card. I won lottery 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
First, when I was born as a Kazakh, I would say, even though it's third world country,
Mm-hmm.
like if you like, dig deeper and like analyze it and stuff, but it's I would say it's a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I won the lottery, be born a Kazakh as a Kazakh because I value stuffs and I've seen like hunger and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
The second when I met my wife, second lottery I won when I met my wife.
Nice. That's amazing.
She's my everything. She's my everything. She's like, if I would have different wife, she would left like next day. I would say because I'm a kind of person that not every girl would stay in. Like they would just. She's like everything. She looks after my kids. I don't let her work. She can, but she doesn't want. I mean, she wants to, but I'm like, no. I mean, I can provide. I can provide, but she's got my back. She's everything. I won a lot with her.
That's awesome, man.
It's just insane what she does. Taking care of the kids is like 100 times more difficult than just like providing food, like rent and stuff for cars and like all the like expenses. 100 times more difficult to take care of the kids. And she does hardest job in our family, and at the same time she's supporting me as like any kind of events I go to, like subto and stuff, like travels. Like she's like, bro, you gotta go and do your stuff. I know.
That's awesome.
I trust you. She got my back and like in everything.
Yeah. It's such a great feeling,
Yeah,
man, to
I'm blessed.
have that behind you. Like
I'm blessed.
You can conquer the world when you have that behind
you.
you.
Yeah, that's like she's number one. She's number one. And the third, I won actual lottery, green card. This year I won.
Yeah.
That lottery. It's like for immigrant, it's like it's just a miracle.
Yeah.
I've been playing a green card lottery. It's got 40,000 quotes, like 40,000 like opportunities for the people around the world.
Yeah.
And I was picked as like one. And this year I was playing for 10 years.
Yeah.
Since 2015.
Yeah.
Now it's like 2025, and I guess finally, because of my persistence,
right,
persistent, like all the consistent persistency, got its fruits and stuff. You know what I mean? Like this year, I won it because I've been living in the U.S. Been living here in the U.S. for 7 years, and like my documents was stuck, just like didn't move at all.
Yeah.
And this year I won lottery 2025 green card lottery.
That's great, man.
And
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And so far 3 times winning lottery in life. It's just it's not. And I would say fourth is just like meeting when I met Pace. Maybe joining Sub 2 is like lottery as well, because not everybody knows about Sub 2 community.
Right.
So, and everything is for a reason. And I guess, yeah, so far I'm doing well. I mean, I'm not complaining. Sometimes it's hard, but I'm not complaining. I'm just like blessed and say thank you, God, for being the big rock behind my back, and protecting me for all the stuffs and navigating me, and let me meet amazing people like you and the people from Sub 2 community, like amazing people on the journey of my life. It's just for a reason, not just like accident. It's for a reason. He's navigating me.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
It's awesome.
How about you?
I've been blessed. I think I kept myself from. I turned away any blessings that maybe God might have had for me when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because I just wasn't in a place where I would have been able to take advantage of it. I was angry. I was mean. I was one of those Americans who thought I was given a bum deal instead of knowing that I would have been given the lottery.
Yep.
And I was mean. I was angry. Spent a lot of my life just being too angry to really navigate my life, and going from job to job and job when I was in my 20s. And as I got older, I went to some counseling and kind of learned that I have ADD, and so I learned through counseling how to manage that. You know what I mean? Because it's a real thing, and it affects like how you see things and how your brain functions, but it's also manageable. Yep. You know what I mean? It's all you need to do is recognize that you have it, and then like learn strategies to navigate around it. You know what I mean? Yep. And I've been blessed that I've gone down the path of learning how to navigate around it, and then also learning learning about myself and growing in my own mindset and things like that, and changing my outlook on life. And it's strange. It's interesting because I was growing. I was already down the path of growth, and I was already down a path of learning more about myself and becoming a better human being when I made the decision to break the law and rob banks and ended up getting caught and going to prison. But that also was also a blessing, a huge blessing. Yep. You know what I mean? Like it sucked obviously because it kind of puts your life on hold. It's like you press the pause button on your life for 8 years that I was in prison. But like that experience in and of itself, it taught me to be around people that like maybe I would normally avoid. Yep. You know what I mean? It taught me how to interact with people that I don't necessarily relate to. Yep. It taught me how to listen to other people's stories that maybe weren't my stories, and be able to relate to like things that they've been through and they've gone through, and to be able to see other people with a little bit of empathy and compassion. Yeah. Which was hard for me before going to prison. And then since I got out of prison, my family was there for me all through prison. And one of the real big blessings I got while I was in prison was my mom was just overloading me with books. I mean, any book I could think of that I wanted, she would make sure that she sent me. And then she would send me some that she thought were good too. But I mean, I got a whole library packed in boxes in my storage unit from books she sent me for 8 years. Wow. There were some spiritual books, historical books, just fiction books that were just enjoyable to read. And a lot of mindset books. But the last couple of years, I really, she sent me a bunch of real estate books, and I asked for real estate books. I don't even know how I got into real estate. I think I reread Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, that's a Bible. And so so it just kind of reignited my idea of real estate, and I loved watching HGTV.
Yeah.
And so you see the house flipping, and I'd done construction most of my life. So there were things in real estate that I could relate to a little bit.
Yep.
And so I started really trying to like study it and study like what I could do when I got out that might be a good thing to do. Because the reason I decided to break the law and do what I did that got me in trouble was that at that specific time in my life, I was working my ass off, but I wasn't making enough money to really to move forward and grow in my life. And I couldn't see a pathway to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had like, I could go do this and I could go do this, but I'd have to take a pay cut to go do that. I'm already, under paycheck to paycheck, or living paycheck to paycheck. And so when I was in prison, so I decided to rob banks because I thought that was a pathway, which is stupid. But while I was in prison and learning about real estate, it was something I enjoyed. It was something I understood. It was something I could wrap my head around, and I could comprehend, and like really, and it was super interesting to me, all the different ways you can make money with tax savings, with all the different ways you can get into real estate and make money in real estate. And so that became my pathway. Yeah. And I also learned how to tattoo in prison. So I was going to get out, get a job, whatever job I was going to get. I ended up getting a job in construction. And then I was going to tattoo on the side and eventually get to the point where I could pay my bills with tattooing. Yeah. But then still keep my other day job also, and then just stack that money up. Stack that money up and save it. And after a couple of years, use that to invest in real estate somehow. Yeah. And that was my slightly educated idea of what to do in my life. Because obviously I didn't have the knowledge I have now. You know what I mean? It was just the knowledge that I got based off reading some books. But it was still a pathway. It was a goal that looked like it looked like a light at the end of the tunnel for me. Yeah. And then I was with my family was were very helpful when I got out, helping me kind of get back on my feet and get me going. And then I met my girlfriend, which was just it was an interesting situation because neither one of us are the type of people that get into relationships really easily and quickly. Like we don't go from relationship to relationship and I'm instantly in love with you because I met you yesterday. You know what I mean? Like neither one of us are like that at all. Yeah. And when we met, we just really connected hard. And it was, we really just something about us together was we were drawn to each other really strongly. Yeah. And not to say there haven't been issues, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Because as we grow, and we've been together almost 3 years now. And as we grow and we learn more about each other after that initial draw, you learn each other's differences and you work through it and stuff like that. And and that's been a little bit of a journey, which has been a good journey though. And we've come through the other side, but but that initial attraction and that magnetic draw that we had has always stayed strong. Yeah. And but I'm also blessed that she's a psychiatrist and she also had an interest in real estate, just didn't have kind of the time to get into it. And the job that I had wasn't bringing in enough money that I couldn't change into something else. So we ended up kind of starting our own real estate investment company together. Yep. Did some house hacking, moved into a new house, and I remodeled the old house, put it up on midterm rentals, and we kind of started there. Not really, basically just off the amount of knowledge that I got from reading books and from listening to podcasts and things like that. And having a semi-educated step forward, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I had the opportunity, and then I met Pace. I actually read Pace's book after I got out of prison. That's when I read Pace's book. And I don't even remember.
Without Cash?
Yeah, Wealth Without Cash, yeah. And I think I've heard of it from somebody on one of the Bigger Pockets podcasts. Somehow or another, I heard of it through that, and I didn't even know who Pace was. I read that book, and then I looked him up online, and then of course that opened up a whole
another world.
Yeah, a whole nother world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's how I got into Gator, and
Yeah.
and then I went from that to Sub 2, and it's been a huge blessing since then. You know what I mean? And it's been a long road for me too. Just since getting out of prison, it's been a long road as far as mindset is concerned.
The mindset.
You know,
mindset is big.
Yeah,
Mindset is big stuff.
yeah, and because I had a lot of dreams and goals, and I saw like a pathway, but I didn't really know how to walk down that pathway yet. And you also get out of prison, and there's a lot of shame. You know what I mean? In your own psyche from having gone to prison, having been to prison, you get out, and now you're a felon, and you're trying to move on with your life, and you're worried about maybe what people think or how they look at you, or.
But it's your story. That's
right.
You have something to tell and
right.
share, and the people are in the same. I would say the same similar situation. They might be stuck as a like mindset wise, like in a mindset, like they would just like say themselves like, hey, I'm not worthy, and like what I'm gonna do, and like, you know what I mean, they might be stuck, and that's, I guess, your calling might be like, hey, here's the pathway. Here's I've been in the same situation, and look at me, who I am right now. It's like, I like the story of Dan Martel, the guy, Canadian guy. Dan Martel. He's been in, I guess not prison, but it was like kind of correction or something, like the place where he went there young, like he was
juvenile,
something like correction stuff, like the place where he will get educated and corrected, like because of his behavior. He was
like at school,
when
he was younger.
Yeah, like a school and like a prison.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, like he was aggressive.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that story.
Yeah,
that part of his story.
Yeah, he got caught by cops when he robbed some places, and got the car stolen. He was like, it was a crazy story, but anyways, he's got something to share, and he goes to the prison, talk to the people, like showing how he's like what he has achieved. You know what I mean? He's a big guy now. He's got multiple AI companies that he bought and sold.
Yeah.
So, and like the same similar, I guess, stories are interesting. It's like life changing. To be honest, it's life changing, and it's good. You got something to share with the world.
Yeah, Pace said that too. Pace told me one time when I was talking to him, when I told him my story, he's like, you're gonna reach people that I can't reach.
Yeah,
because they might hear me and be like, whatever, that Pace guy, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, but they might hear you and be like, oh shit, man, like I can relate to that. Yeah. That's how I feel. Yeah. And so like, and as I've been in the community, I told you, like, you go through this transformation of where you get to the point where you just want to help everybody. You know what I mean? And so that's actually become kind of when we were at Squad Up this year, he talked about your Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of become my Mount Everest, is to build a business that's big enough to include other people.
Exactly.
So like I have, I'd like to have a even if I grow out of flipping mobile homes, I don't ever want to shut down my mobile home flipping business.
Yep.
I just want somebody else to run it and have somebody else take care of it. You know what I mean? And maybe as I grow, I'm personally not really into wholesale, but I also think that if a part of me is like, man, I would love to start, if I could figure out a way to start like a wholesale business that just concentrates on mobile homes and educate people on that and how they can find mobile homes. And then that can feed my my mobile home flipping business, and then maybe feed other people's mobile home flipping businesses. And I can teach other people how to flip mobile homes, and it can just, all of that can grow from there. And then I am also doing rentals. You know what I mean? I'm buying houses for rentals, whether I'm doing it traditionally or I'm doing it through some kind of creative finance, or I'm doing it through the Morby method, and I'm learning all these different things. And as I grow in my own real estate journey, I want to keep these other businesses intact, and I want to get those big enough where they're self-sufficient inside my company. Because what my dream is to be able to go to find people who don't have a pathway, whether they have addiction problems and they're trying to get out of addiction problems, or they're getting out of prison and Like I was in prison with people who were like, man, I'm 35 years old and I've never had a real job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I used to make 10 grand a week.
Mhm.
I used to make 10 grand a week. I've never had a real job, and I'm going to get out of prison and I'm supposed to figure out how to succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
zero experience in life and 35 years old
Yeah.
and a history of having lots of money at my disposal. And so what, like in my head, what I see is like maybe taking somebody who's in that position, who's like, I'm done, I'm tired, I don't want to go to prison again. I'm tired of doing drugs. I'm tired of this life, this trouble that I've gotten myself into, and I really want to. I just need a pathway to something better, and I want to be able to provide them with that pathway, so I can say, hey, Steve, I know you're just getting out of prison. Somebody told me about you, and I know that I can sit down and talk to them, get to know them, and kind of get their thought process. You know what I mean? Their mindset, and then like, if their mindset is a place where I feel like I can help them, I want to take them and, hey, let me get you a job on one of the construction crews that works on these mobile homes.
Exactly.
I'll pay you a good salary or a good wage. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pay you $15 an hour. I'll pay you $22, $23, $25 an hour. You know what I mean? I'm happy to give you a raise 3 months into it if you're busting your ass. I'm happy to give you another raise 6 months into it if you're busting your ass. And then after 6 months or a year, and just tell them, say, listen, don't do drugs, show up on time, bust your ass, learn everything you can, and I'm going to keep in contact with the people that are running the crew. And you have my number. If you have any questions or anything you need to talk, or you're having a hard time, you want to talk, call me. I'm here for you. You know what I mean? And then once they've been there for 6 months or a year, and I can see, and they're like, dude, this guy's one of my badasses. Like he's doing some badass shit for me. Then I can either leave him there if he wants. I can say, hey, do you want to learn another part of the business? And I can pick him up and put him in the wholesale part of the business, and let him be there for 6 months or a year and learn that, and then pick him up and put him in like a property management part of the business, and teach him the different things of the business that I learn and I know, and just show him how many different options there are and what your life can look like. And then let him do what he wants. If he wants to go back and just be a construction worker, dude, I got you. You know what I mean? If you want to go off and start your own construction business, I got you. If you want me to help fund you buying your own mobile homes to start doing it all by yourself, I got you, bro. Like I don't have to always work for me. You know what I mean? I just want to give you options. And you can stay here with me. You can grow past me. You can grow bigger than me. I don't care. I want to be able to give people who genuinely want a different life. I want to be able to give them options, because I know that there were so many times in my life that's all I wanted. I just want an option. I want a real option that I can see that makes sense to me, that has some kind of a future.
It's it's mind blowing, bro. I mean, it's as for me, as like everybody has their they can share, they can offer something to the world. As for me, because you said you have that part that you can strive and help people, because you went through that experience, and they'll resonate with you, like exactly as Bay said. He can't like deliver to those kind of audience, right? That kind of people, because they won't get it. As for me, the immigration is
for sure
big stuff, because like people are who are coming from that kind of, I mean, other part of the world. I can show like the pathway to the wealth through my experience that I went through. It's amazing, bro. I mean, people, what people can do. And you're right. It's like if you don't know the pathway, it's difficult to do it by yourself. You will need like right people next to you who's gonna help you navigate you through, that pathway, to the light at the end of the tunnel, where it's gonna be like kind of like proof of concept. You know what I mean? Like, where they will see, wow, it's a real. I mean, Tabor has reached this kind of wealth, or like this kind of abundance through this pathway, and if I'll just go through that like proven pathway, why not? I mean, I can do that. Or like John is like he moved from Kazakhstan to US, and everybody
didn't know English.
no English at all. Like he's got like American kids, like they were born here, beautiful wife and stuff. He's doing like crashing real estate, and like it's a real. It's not like, and we met Pace, and Pace has showed the pathway to us, and we have something to share, and to share with other people and show them, the proof of concept that it's real. Why not? I mean,
Right.
I can have that kind of mission. You have that kind of mission. I have that kind of mission. That's why I started to read. I started to write the book, Behind the Mentor,
Mm-hmm.
that I showed you. Like, it's a the cover is a Pace.
Yeah.
It's his kid on his back, on his shoulder, and like I named it Behind the Mentor. And in that book is basically it's all about immigration plus the mindset stuff,
Yeah.
the self development stuff,
Yeah.
how you become like from ground zero up to the mountain, the glacier mountain,
Yeah.
and Montana. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my Mount Everest. Like, show other people and serve them as like a proof
Mm-hmm.
that everything's possible. So
I think that I think it's hard because as wealthy as we are as a nation, and even like as individuals compared to other countries, you know what I mean? If you got a job at McDonald's and all you do is make minimum wage, you're richer than most of the rest of the world.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
But even in that scenario, like if you find out like the history of school in America and like what they teach you, and like the history of the Industrial Revolution and just kind of how our country grew, it's amazing. And
Yep.
it's always been entrepreneurial.
Yep.
It's always been, capitalistic. And,
Yep.
some people have their opinions about capitalism, and that capitalism definitely has its problems
Yep.
that need to be corrected or
Yep.
addressed. But like the base foundation of capitalism is what gives people the opportunities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and allows people to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And but what's interesting about that is that they don't teach you
Mhm.
in this country how to be an entrepreneur. In school, all the way through
No.
school, all the way through college, everything else, they teach you how to be an employee.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
super interesting
Yeah.
that we have a country that's based off entrepreneurism,
Yep.
a country that's based off taking nothing and turning it into something and creating wealth
Yep.
that you can share with people.
Yep.
And that's what our country's based off
Yep.
of. But they don't teach us that
No.
growing up. You know what I
No.
mean? So you have to meet other people
Yeah.
like Pace,
Yeah.
or you have to read a book
Yeah.
by Robert Kiyosaki,
Yeah.
where he talks about
Yeah.
transitioning your brain from an employee
To
mentality
business
to
owner,
a business owner,
to
you know what I
investor.
mean?
Yeah.
And so like, and then when you read those and you take the time to get to understand that mindset and read those and see like, and start to educate yourself on getting a financial education, you
Yep.
know what I
Yep.
mean? It's just like it's so mind blowing, and their whole world opens up, and you're just like, oh my God, I was
Yep.
thinking the wrong way my whole life, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so there's so many people out there that turn to making bad decisions or something else because they don't see that pathway.
No.
So to me,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. And like, and you're the same way. Like that gives you such an opportunity for people that
Yeah.
are immigrants who are
Yep.
here that most immigrants that come here, I find, have more of a go-getter mentality than most Americans do, because they're here for a reason. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
here to try to make a better life, but not all of them know how.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why
So,
I don't hire people from Kazakhstan or from former USSR countries,
oh yeah,
because they are. I mean, they came here for the better life.
yeah.
They're not gonna work for you. It's
Yeah.
better. It's better to hire locals.
Yeah.
If you want your employee work for you like for a long time,
Yeah, hire
forever.
an American.
Yeah, hire American. Because they will stay with you forever.
Yeah.
You can't hire immigrant because
Yeah.
the immigrant they are visionaries.
For
They're
sure.
not integrators. They are visionaries. They came here. They have a vision
Yep.
to achieve something crazy. They wanna they conquer the world,
Yeah.
and they don't come here to work for you.
Yeah.
Immigrants not gonna work for immigrant.
Yeah.
No, you as an immigrant, you can be a work provider for locals,
Yeah.
for Americans, and
But immigrants will hang out with each other.
Yeah,
and learn off of each other and help each other
Yeah,
grow.
yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
That's what I learned as being business owner. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's funny, right?
yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting the dynamics. Like
Yeah,
when you
it's
really
crazy.
dive
Yeah.
deep into the big picture,
Yeah,
it's interesting to see how it works.
yeah. So interesting. Yeah.
So where do you want to go from here? Like what do you see in the future as far as your own business, your own real estate journey? Where do you see it going?
I'm on a stage now as I think I'm ready to buy and hold.
To buy a home?
Yeah, buy and hold.
Buy and hold. Okay.
Yeah. So
right.
by
Yeah.
by the end of this year, I gotta buy at least 3 properties to offset my taxes.
Okay.
Because otherwise I gotta pay legally. I mean, you'll need to pay Uncle Sam.
Right.
So and legally to offset the taxes is through real estate buying and holding.
Right.
So and I'll need to at least buy 3 properties, like co-living properties, by the end of this year.
So is that what you're going to be concentrating on? Is co-living?
Yeah, co-living.
Okay.
Buy and hold. At the same time, when I'm wedged to multifamily RV or mobile home parks.
Okay.
Wedged to somebody.
Yeah. I'd like to do that too.
Get like the piece of pie, like maybe 10% ownership.
Right.
And like get the passive income once in a quarter or once a month.
How you planning on doing that? Like just by finding the properties that somebody else might be interested in and
yeah, mom and pops, RV parks that the people that about to retire and be done with it. So I guess I'll need to target those leads and eventually, like structure as like they wouldn't want to like sell it all cash where they'll pay capital gain and stuff.
Right.
I'll just need to structure where I'll come up with little down. Maybe it might be like good for Morbi method where I'll have DSCR loan and it's gonna cover the rest, but the down is gonna be like I'll get PML. They'll bring down payment.
Yeah.
And the rest is gonna be covered by DSCR where I'll get like upfront fees and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna structure that like that way or just straight seller finance.
Yeah.
If it's paid off, like there's no loan in place. If it's free and clear, then with a little down, just telling them and explaining them that if you wanna avoid capital gains, it's better to structure a deal where you become a bank basically.
Right. A lot of people just don't even realize that's an option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If I want to retire, I just sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't even know that like until somebody comes in and tells them like, hey, like what's your goal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what are you trying to do by like what's your goal in selling this property? Oh, we're gonna retire and we got an RV and we're just gonna travel the country and go visit people and see our kids.
Yeah.
Well, if that's your goal, I can help you do that and save you money. Let's structure it this way. A lot of people don't even realize that. They don't even think about capital gains until after they've sold it. They got this big chunk of money, and then Uncle Sam comes knocking on the door asking them for their chunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you explain that to them in the beginning, and then you structure the deal, like how much, like what do you need to function? You know what I mean? Or what do you need to be able to do what it is you want to do? Let me help you get that, but also save you. You know?
Yeah, that's the skill that you gotta have in your tool belt.
For sure.
It's a skill that you'll need to learn, and basically, I think, in my opinion, everybody has to be a little bit acquisition because that's where you control the lead.
For sure.
You learn acquisition, you know how to acquire the lead and deal.
Well, and that's something that like I'm not super crazy about wholesale, but like that's something that I'm super grateful for. That I'm like for a good 6 to 9 months, I was on the phones making phone calls and part of several different teams, and like I'm super grateful for that because the amount of knowledge that I learned
Exactly.
just by repeating it over
Yeah.
and over and over and over again. And then
Yeah.
I can, if this is the whole, if the whole story is this long, I can go in and I can go like 3/4 of that story.
Yeah.
But then as I keep talking and keep making phone calls, now I can go half of that story. And
Exactly.
I keep talking and keep making phone calls and get on Zooms and meet people and ask
Exactly.
questions. Now I can tell the full story now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so even if that's not something specific that I want to do
Yep.
at the moment,
Yep.
it's given me the knowledge
Yeah.
and the confidence to talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm like, all right, so there are a bunch of like avatars and stuff, but I think personally everybody has to know how to acquire the lead acquisition
Sure.
part, because that's where you control the lead, whether you will wholesale it, whether you will buy and hold it.
Yeah.
But it's just like you control the deal because you got it on the contract.
Yeah.
Like the first place.
And it's funny because I've gone back to not really to wholesaling, but but kind of sort of, because now that I'm looking for properties that I want to buy to fix and flip.
Yeah.
I'm going to run into some that like maybe I don't want, or maybe it's not right for me, but I can wholesale it to somebody else. You know what I mean?
That's the beauty of wholesaling. So, but yeah, it's just a bunch of skills that you will acquire, you will learn.
Yeah.
And it's gonna show up as like the quality of your life is gonna change. It's not just like real estate, but everywhere. Like, look at me. I didn't speak English at all, but now I'm on your podcast today. Having first podcast ever. You know what I mean? Like,
that's awesome.
I have a podcast with you.
I'm blessed and grateful that I'm your first podcast.
And it's just look at me how I have like progressed. I have like boosted up. You know what I mean? Like during that period of time, which is like not that long, 2 years.
Yeah.
And back in Tampa, I used to teach people. Like I would just not teach, but I would just show them the pathway of like for their the first check.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Americans would come and like learn from me. So I'm like, I was like, wow, like, you know what I mean? The result of like, being in this community and like working hard, and here I am, like kind of teaching, sharing my experience with the people that just joined up too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like the stack of skills basically that you might be able to share with other people, and it's gonna show up as like the quality of your life is gonna change.
Right.
I'm not saying that I became rich, wealthy now, and like trying to teach somebody something. No, it's just I feel it, I know it from inside out, like how it's just impacted my life and the wholesale and the community in general.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Hold that thought. I have to go to the bathroom.
Of course.
We'll pause and then I'm not sure.